Hello, my crafty pals. How's it going? Dirty paintbrush. Just making a huge, ginormous crafty mess. So I'm behind on my tags as per usual, but I keep sitting here messing with this one, and this is a collage disaster from the realm of the deep. But it's not a disaster, it's just a freaking mess, and that's okay. I don't mind. You know, my glue is dribbling everywhere. Now come on, let's keep it clean here. Like that's possible for me. Look, I'm trying to close a scrap down to, so now I have gotten glue on my old stickers that are so old that they're turning yellow. So I was going to try to throw some like alcohol ink on them and see if maybe it would do anything, because they're glossy. I don't know. It's just all trial and error. I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, I am still working on week 18 and we're on 19 now, but I'm catching up. So the word is splash. This is for the 52 weeks of tags challenge over at Spanky's place. The material texture is drip spray water, which I haven't even gotten to that point yet because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I figured somehow I could incorporate distress oxide and spray that with water. How am I going to spray water on this? Anyway, color combination is 3 shades of blue. I've got like 53,000 shades of blue, and that's all right. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so I went a little crazy with this. The idea was to make waves out of different papers, mostly blue, but I've got some text in there. And then I collaged together this mermaid. Her arms are way too short. It's hilarious. I don't care. It's funny. So this is out of a magazine. It was like a big page full of this. I've used a little bit of it previously, and I'm using more now, but I decided to put some up here at the top of the tag, kind of behind her, because she's going to be off the tag some, because she's pretty big. And then I put a little crown on her head. I found some arms out of a collage sheet that I've had for quite a while that I printed off. It was something free from somewhere. I got 3 or 4 sheets of them, of different collage bits. And then her torso is out of a Daphne's Diary. They're supposed to be little shells, but I decided that it would make a perfect little poopy party dress type top thing. And then I have a paper pad that I bought that has this mermaid scale paper that's got the holographic scales, and I pulled this out of there too because I didn't know if I could use some of this. And then since I basically hand cut the tail out, and since it was way too long, I decided, my brain came up with this fancy idea to you know, like cut it in half and then put the other half over here and layer more water on top of it, like that it's poking out, right? And then as I was thinking that through, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I put a little brad in here so the tail could move? I'm such a dork. I'm going to do it. It's probably the most ridiculous thing in the world, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now, I can't decide if I should put the brad on the corner of the tail. I think I'm going to put it on the corner of the tail. Now, I have, disclaimer, in case you haven't come to my channel before, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I am clueless. These crazy thoughts just come into my head and I just roll with it. So that's what we're doing. We're rolling with it. So I do want to kind of halfway get this lined up, but I have the idea that, and this is a paint swatch in case that wasn't obvious. And I need to fix this. I'm not sure that I like, it's not even. Again, should I care? I don't know. And then I have the idea of, when this is all said and done, going over it with a ton of glitter, because, you know, you can't have too much glitter, in my opinion. And it's funny that I say that because I like both the glittery sparkle happy stuff, and then there's still a part of me that likes the, you know, the little bit of the dark and dreary stuff. So I wonder, you know, obviously, yeah, this doesn't even, because I cut this other one shorter, so it doesn't even line up at all. But I wonder if I put it over here. Oh, see, what I should have done then is poke the hole there. So it could have gone that way. Well, drat. I should have thunk that through. Now I could put it, I could cover the hole up. I could cover that hole up with something and put a hole there so that it goes like this. Did I say that? Yeah, I could go like that. That doesn't look right. But what I was really thinking is putting it over here like it was coming out of the waves, and then it can go this way. Yeah, we're going to stick with that because, and I think this is probably good, just like this. And so I'm going to layer more waves, and I'm probably going to use some foam dots to make them more three-dimensional like. And so now I need to poke my hole, see if this will, I'm going to see if this will even poke through there. I'm not going to try to do it through that, because what's going to happen if I try to punch through the hole that's already there is I'm going to punch a whole different hole, because I'm a freaking gigantic goober like that. Line her up, punch. Il perfecto. Now I got to find me a little brad. See, this will give me an opportunity to use some glitter glue. And this will be fun, folks. And the reason why it will be fun is because every time I get glitter glue out, and I do glitter glue on one of my projects, it is inevitable that I will stick my hand in the glitter glue no matter how far away I set that piece away from where I'm at. My hand will go into the glitter glue exactly 6 times and smear it all over the place. I think these are 1/8. This is probably too small. Yep. I'll have to get a big one. I should have thought that through too. I should have poked a smaller hole, because I don't need a big old brad. Now I'm forced to use a big old brad because my stupid self poked a big old hole. This is why I'm trying to tell you guys, I don't look to me for learning how to do something, because this is like all winging it. I winged it tonight with dinner, but that turned out real good. I winged it with dinner for sure, and it was tasty. I used what I had, and it wasn't necessarily what, oh, look at that. Wasn't what the recipe called for, but I've always been fairly good at that. Now, yeah, she needs to be like up here to make that angle look halfway right, even with waves on top of it. So that's fine. I don't mind. I do not subscribe to the idea that everything has to stay flush within the boundaries of your tag. It is a free-for-all. So the only other thing I'm looking at here before I put her down is, do I want to do something to this? Because now I do realize that these are teal and that the rest of this is, you know, more blue. So, which doesn't bother me really. But I was originally going to use some of this mint, but that's green, mop texture paste, and do some kind of wavy shenanigans. There's not going to be any of that though. I'm wondering if maybe, you know, because I'm still obsessed with glitter here and shiny stuff. I like the glitter glue, but maybe I'll just, I am so sorry about the mess that I have just let myself go. I'm letting you know right now. Normally I will sit here and like scrape every little bit into my trash can and go crazy if my trash can's not right behind me. My table is a complete disaster right now. And I don't care. And that's a good thing for me, because I'm guessing I should shake this up. Oh, and I want to let everybody know that I went and bought a new bottle of glue so that I could steal the cap off of it and use it for my already broken seal glue. So my other glue is safely put away capless, but with the seal on in my... I love these Prima paints, but they do separate. And I bought these when they were like super cheap at not Hoppy Sloppy, Michael's, that place. And I do like them. I need to go get my water because I left it over here because I was working on something else. I'm trying really, really hard, which is never going to happen because I can't get anything done that I want to get done. And I'm talking 10 miles a minute because I feel good tonight. I'm not completely exhausted after going to work. And I thought, well, I got a little bit of time. It's kind of going through that phase again where I was like, I don't want to do any videos because I suck and my art's terrible and, you know, all those woe is me kind of things. Nobody cares anyway. And why does it matter? And it's so much effort. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn the camera on. And if y'all want to sit and watch me make an idiot out of myself, maybe this might turn out cool in the end. I don't know. Yeah. So, man, I've been on 1,400 different topics. Anyway, the point was that I felt good today. I got home from work. Let's figure out which direction we're going here. I winged dinner. Turned out excellent. Everybody said make it again. Which, it's not like I have a completely picky crowd, but I do have a teenage son that's like, hey, we eat the same thing all the time. We always have chicken. Well, when you're paying the bills, you can cook whatever you want. Also, we're supposed to get bad weather again. We are under a tornado watch, which is not really a big deal. A watch is not a big deal, especially here. But I figure if I'm going to get anything done, I better do it now before I have to start managing the basement, staffing the basement shelter room. So... okay, stop cleaning, because see, now you're getting super anal again. Be unanal. Okay, I had to add some shinies. I can't help myself. I'm ridiculous. Anyway, so dinner was good. Work was good. I had to go in front of the whole city council meeting today and get recognized for my mini MPA class that I took. MPA stands for Masters of Public Administration. They have like a certification course that you can take. So like rather than me going and getting my master's in public administration, my full master's, it's like a certificate program. And so I was nominated or whatever from my manager to go do that. And it was like a 16-week course over the fall and the winter, and we got done in February. And so then they had like a recognition ceremony for those of us from the city today. And I got this nice wood plaque, and I took it, you know, back to my office, and I thought to myself, it's so insane that this wooden plaque, which I didn't have to pay for at all for this class at all, is way nicer than my bachelor's degree piece of paper that I got when I graduated college several years ago. And I just thought it was kind of ironic that I get a nicer piece of paper from a master's certificate program than I do my bachelor's degree that I'll probably be paying on for the rest of my life. So I'm sure this is still wet, and I don't give a crap. I'm trying to figure out where I want this to go. So I'm going to put some glue on this side of her. Now watch me forget which side already. I think her face is going to be on the tag, at least some of it. Some of her face. And I think I was thinking, yeah, this I just want flat on the tag. I don't want this raised. I am gonna, I love you, always ready glue. I better stand you back up because if I lay you down, you'll be rolling all over the table. So I think about like that. I did ink the edges of her. I don't know if it really makes a difference or not, but I will probably go, I may go around her with like some charcoal or my Stabilo something. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like that should be curved. It's going to drive me nuts. It actually dries pretty fast. I don't want to cut it off too much because then it's not going to line up with the edge of the tag and then it's going to look even stupider. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here with I'm going to figure out, I think I'm just going to go ahead and let me see. Now, how am I going to do this so that because watch me put all this down and then my thingy won't move. So what I'm going to have to do here is leave it. I can't glue anything down over there, so I need to tack something down here. I've already laid these pieces out 500 bazillion times to see what I'm gonna do here, and this is just crap paper. This is all crap paper. And I just went through and found anything I had that was blue, any pages out of magazine that were like blue at all. And then so what I want to do is just layer this like so that the tail can still flip up, and then I need to cover that. So I probably need to use a bigger piece there, and I'm not really sure that I like how that piece is looking. So let's see what else we can find. I like this piece. So I'm thinking at least if I can, what I want to do is just make sure I get that brad covered up. So I'm going to pull some of these thingies out of here. These are pop-a-ma-dot thingies. Put one right there. So, okay, that should work like that. So the thing I didn't think through is that I really can't go all the way down because that's going to look stupid. So what I can do is go like this. Is probably like the thing I want to do, because if I go way down here, it's obvious. Clearly, I'm not going to really be able to, unless I put something right there, I'm not going to be able to, which I could. I wonder if I could just put, what could I put there to stop it from going further down? You know what I'm saying? To stop the movement. So that when it gets to this point, it says, nope, can't go no further. So I'm wondering if, like, what the best way is to handle that. Let me see. I got these little square dot things. I wonder if I could just use one of those down in the corner, and if that would be tall enough to stop it from going all the way down. This is, aha, look, see, it is. It'll go that far. So I can go from here to here. So as long as that stays on, watch it fall off. So my question is there a way that I can cover both of those things up with the same little wave? Probably not. I may have to actually go in and do something to cover that up. Okay. I'm going to have to cover up the little square with something. See how big of a mess this is? It's ridiculous. If you want to watch a disaster, come over to my place. Because that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're making a disaster. Yeah, the idea is always good. My ideas are good. The execution is not always good. I don't care. I still like the idea. I don't care what anybody thinks. I am not holding y'all down and making you watch. I think, there we go. That kind of blends in. I'm going to get some more papers over here. Anyway, some more little squishy, because I want to make sure I get something like up here so you can't just see the end of her tail there. Just cut off. Ah, they cut my tail off. So the idea here would be to kind of layer that, but that must be my kid. Kid playing the Xbox. Gosh, he's so loud. Okay, so we got that. There we go. Now I need just a few more little pieces to tie it all together. Look at me using the technical verbiage. I even had some baby wipe that had some blue paint on it. And I had some of this cool, like, handmade, it was like a blue tie-dye kind of paper. It was pretty cool. Now I wonder if I had another piece, I thought, already torn out of this stuff. This stuff is interesting. Let's see what I can do here. I was kind of at first trying to kind of shape it all in uniform little rounded shapes with pointed ends, and somewhere I kind of just decided that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And then I just kind of started ripping them wherever I wanted. This might be too big for this piece of paper. I apologize if you can hear that noise. That's my 15-year-old playing Madden with his buddies. So I like the idea of kind of overlapping that. Sorry, my big fat furry head's in the way. Okay. I'm feeling like that's looking pretty decent. So you can see, obviously you can see the little pop dot there, but I'm going to be looking at it this way. So I can still see the tail. Let me see. So if it goes, hold on. I got to put something there, right? Yeah. Because it's still sticky out everywhere. Okay. Like maybe like that. Should I go this way? No. For some reason it looks better this way. So what I could probably do is just keep layering stuff. And actually that I might be able to just kind of glue down, because there's a, I don't want to build it too high, you know what I'm saying? I just want, I mean, at some point I have to stop with that. Yep, see, there went the glue stick. There's number one. I'm not even using the glue stick. Let's see how many times I knock that over. It never fails. If it's sitting on the table, it's going to get knocked over. I'm like a bull in a china shop. Just like, rah, and everything falls over. That was probably scary. I kind of wish that this, I wonder if I can get this to press down. Yeah, I can. I want it to be just a little bit tighter. I don't want her tail to be quite so floppy. There we go. Well, that's what the doctor ordered. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You know, I mean, I guess I can still just try to go over just a smidge more, because what I really want to keep this from being obvious right there, you know. But I'm gonna have to get a piece of paper that's big enough that I can tack it down up here. Like up here, so that it doesn't get in the way of the movement. The movement. If it's up, it'll probably be all right. I'm not sure that I like how that piece looks. I'm just not sure, man. I'm just not sure. We're gonna do it anyway, because I'm tired of not being sure. That's why it takes me 10,000 years to get one thing done, because I'm never sure. And I don't want to put it down because I might ruin it. Yeah. Lesson learned. Screw it, for lack of a better term. Sorry if that's offensive. It is what it is. What I'm trying to do here is keep it so that when this is all the way down, I want it to go all the way back up here. So I may not be able to fix that because and then I need one more piece there. I want a darker blue. I'm just making a great big old huge mess out of this. It's great. Okay. I don't like that piece. For whatever reason, I don't. This piece isn't bad though. It kind of flows better. It flows better. It's gonna look better if I get this wider part over here though. For some reason I feel like it just needs to be darker at the top. Let's try this. I like this piece. I like this piece. I do. Let's get this white off of here. Even though it could be a cap to a wave. What do we got here? Like that. Like this. Okay. It needs to go like out like that. Out like that. So what it's doing is covering up stuff that I had already put there, which is okay. I've got to be okay with covering things up. Is my glue dribbling again? It probably is. Really got to stop with the dribbling. It's really not that bad right there, but I'm just gonna, that's, do I have some glue there? Oh, that's all right if it pokes through right there, because then it's like, yeah, I don't care. Oh my god, it's so unfair. I'm losing the game. No. Sorry. Okay. There's that. This is crazy ridiculous. There's just so much going on here. It's not even funny. crazy ridiculous. Okay. I'm such a nerd. Like, all I can think about is all the glitter I want to add to this. Let's get her cleaned off here. We got some glue misbehaving back here, so we're going to take care of that. Yeah, originally I tried to use some mermaid markers on this tag, and I covered it all up because they just didn't look good, and I was kind of disappointed because, I mean, everybody kind of raves about the mermaid markers, and maybe I'm just terrible at them, but they just didn't look good. So kind of what I was thinking of doing is maybe doing the tops of the waves with the glitter, which I gotta wait to do that until last, because like I said, you know, I will make a complete mess out of it if it's not the last thing I do, and then I need to set it aside somewhere. So I thought about making her lips a brighter color. And usually I can do that pretty well with an alcohol marker. On magazine, the alcohol marker works pretty well if you want to kind of take something and change the color of it, especially in like black and white pictures, but I don't have that would be perfect. So let's see if I can do this without making a complete fool out of myself. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, I just about dropped that right on her nose. She just about had a pink nose. That would have been amazeballs. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure water-based markers would do the same thing. You could use Sharpies. But with magazine, I just feel like they work really well because you can go over like little things like the eyes. Like I've used them to make eyes different colors out of magazine snippets. They are, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they still allow what you're coloring to like kind of show through, you know, so you can still see the lip definition here. It's not like you're putting paint over it that's completely opaque. So I guess there's enough transparency to it that it looks like the lips were that color. I mean, I think. And her eyes might be too dark for me to change her eye color, but I could try to throw some green, like some of this. What is this? Grass green. I might be able to make her. Now see, normally I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, even though I'm going to look like a complete nutbag. Normally when I'm doing something real tiny like that, I'll get my little magnifying light out. Oh no, it's up there. Work. Because I'm like blind as a bat. I mean, I'm not really that blind, but this just helps me see like what I'm doing a little better. And I don't know that, like I said, I don't know if this is going to make a difference because her eyes are already dark. So I don't know that any of this color, I see a little bit of the green. Yeah, I see it. It's not going to be, oop, crap. Now she's got some green eyeliner on too. Oh, see, even with the magnifying glass, I screw it up. But that's kind of okay that I got a little bit there because it kind of stands out a little more and you can actually see the green. So I'm going to go ahead and extend this out just a little bit into the whites because they're so small that from a distance you wouldn't really be able to tell. And I don't really know if the camera's going to pick that up or not. But see, there's some green in her eyes now. Anyway, so commence making fun of me for being blind. It's all cool. I don't care. I do what I need to do. Okay. So, but as I said, Sharpies, I believe they're alcohol based, and you could probably use water based markers if you have some Crayolas. Probably be all right. alcohol markers have always been what I've had, and I use them a lot to do things like this on magazine images. So yeah. Or try your Sharpies if you got some Sharpies. You do not need to go buy freaking Prismacolor markers. The only reason why I have those is because my husband bought them for me as a Christmas gift. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have spent the money on them, to be honest, because I just don't do a lot of coloring. I don't do coloring with markers. I literally use them for stuff like this, and that's it. So the price of Prismacolor markers is not worth that if you're only using it for... I kind of feel like I need one more layered piece right here because it's all piled on that side. So I need to balance her out. Now we need a name from a mermaid. I don't know. What should we name her? It's got to be something crazy because she is just a mishmash, mod podge mess of crazy. Oh. Shoot. Well, where can I stick this? I didn't really want to put it on top of another piece because then it's going to get way too tall on me. That'll work. Why not? Okay. So, like I said, what I thought about doing was going over what else can I do to better define her. And one arm is definitely shorter than the other. What can I do to better define her dress? Shall I doodle on her dress? Let's see if I can muck this up any more than I already have. Like, I can't draw, but I was thinking like a seashell belt would be kind of cute. So we're going to just scratch one in here and it's going to look silly. So we want to go down like this, and we kind of want it to come to a roundy, pointy thingy. And then we want seashell little nubbies. There's my seashell. Okay. There's my seashell belt. There we go. And I'm trying to decide if I just want to kind of outline her little smock here, dress, whatever. I know I already inked the edges, so maybe if I just kind of go right inside the ink, because I want this to be just a little more defined and visible against the back of the, and also cover up those parts that I didn't really fussy cut because I didn't feel like crying today, or whatever day that I cut all this out. And fussy cutting, even though I did fussy cut the arms, and they're not terrible, typically I boycott fussy cutting because it stresses me out and it's not worth it. I get frustrated. I'm very impatient. In fact, I'm surprised I've been able to sit here this long and like work on a project. We're gonna make some little thingies. This is her neckline. We have some little ruffles going on there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and outline her arms too and try to get rid of some of this white that I didn't fussy cut off because I'm lazy. Lazy. So this is mind-blowing. It's like mind-blowing shower thoughts. When you get the required amount of sleep, which for most people is about 8 hours, you feel so much better the next day. Mind blown, right? I have a tendency to stay up too late, especially on like weeknights, because I want to do things, right? I want to enjoy my evening after I've come home and taken care of the dogs and taken care of the kids and cooked dinner and all the things that need done. And then I tend to stay up and, you know, later than I should, 11, 11:30. And I get up at 5:30 in the morning. And some people are like, yeah, that's no big deal. You know, you're all probably like, psh, or whatever, I do that every day and I'm fine. Well, my body does not like it. My body says I need more sleep. So I wasn't feeling good because Sunday, I don't know exactly what I did. I'm going to go ahead and make her seashell silver. Sunday, I think I scratched my eyeball. I woke up in the morning, I was rubbing my eyes like I normally do in the morning, and something got in my eye as I was rubbing it. Like, I assumed it was like, you know, a chunk of eye scruff in my eye. Oh, hello. You were not supposed to get stuck to my arm. Get up there and behave yourself. And so, I mean, I rinsed my eye out with water. I used some eye drops, you know, all kinds of things to try to get this under control. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that whatever it was came out of my eye, but then it was just, so for a couple of hours it was super watery, and we had to run to the store. Oh no, we didn't do that yet because my husband said he didn't want to take me out because he thought people were going to think that he slugged me because my eye was all like squinched shut and watery and I couldn't open it, and it was worse in the daylight and it just hurt. Anyway, I ended up like with a cool washcloth, laying down in bed, took a nap, woke up, it felt a little bit better, but then it's just like my eye socket was sore. I know that's so weird, but the whole right side of my head was just sore. Mostly my eye socket. So yeah, so that happened. And then yesterday, so I tried to stay like off electronics and stuff to give my eye a rest. And this is really not even the appropriate size brush to be using for that. Now I'm going to brush glitter on her dress because, you know, I haven't done enough to make this look completely ridiculous. So we're just going to go ahead and do more. Yesterday, you know, I was at work and I was on the computer all day and my head hurt so bad, you know, especially that right side of my head. My eye socket hurt. It just felt terrible. So by the time I got home last night, I was exhausted from struggling with that all day long. And I laid down with an ice pack. But basically, I made dinner and then laid down and went to sleep at like 8:15. It was super early. No, it wasn't that early because I made sure my daughter was in bed. So it was more like 9:15 because her bedtime's 9. And I still have to make sure that she gets her bedtime stuff done. I mean, she would stay up all night if I didn't, well, probably not all night, but she still needs a lot of intervention to do what she needs to do, like getting ready for school, getting ready for bed, that kind of thing. Anywho, I went to bed. The point is, I went to bed early and got tons of sleep because I didn't wake up when my husband came to bed. I didn't wake up when he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to let the dogs out before the big old rain hit. The rain didn't wake me up, and I didn't even wake up when he got up this morning or while he took a shower in our bathroom. None of that. Like, I didn't wake up. And I felt so much better at work today. I was awake and I was aware and I could count to 10 and I wasn't like literally trying to hold my head up at my desk, and it was nice. But I know that I'm not going to be smart and go to bed early every night from now on. So it was nice for one day. Okay, there's some glitter. You know what I realized too is I had inked the edges of the top part of the tail, but not the bottom part. So let's see what I can do here. And I didn't even use a sponge. I just went all about it with my ink pad. And I don't care if it's like sloppy. I'm not going to be able to get it all anyway because I've already attached it all, but at least if I get some of it, it'll look a little bit like I meant for this to happen. I really did. Oh. Oh my gosh, so sorry about that. That is my son playing a game. He is not being tortured and beaten. Although some days, he is so loud. And I'm sure my husband is upstairs having a fit because he's probably trying to study. Okay, so yeah, so I spent all this time doing all this on this tag, and I still need to do these water drops, which I don't know how I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. It says drops of, I mean, I think she means real water, like water drops, not just draw drops of water, right? Drip spray water. So that was supposed to be a texture. I do have some distress paint that probably reacts with water. The problem is I'm just not too sure how to incorporate it at this point. Ugh, I think I just moved the whole stinking table. So I've got this really royal blue and this really greeny green. And this is not even the good distress paint that's got the dauber. This is like the dauberless distress paint. It's the runt of the pack distress paint. Yeah, so my postcards that I made last week with I can't even remember whose stream this was. I'm so bad. It was either, I think it was Aunt Beck. Might have been Tanya. I'm sorry, guys. If I have said the wrong person and offended you, I apologize. I really just can't remember. Because there's so many people that I like and that I've made connections with and enjoy talking to that sadly, sometimes I just can't keep it all straight. I'm just trying to find one little itty bitty tiny piece of wax paper so I can put some paint out on it. So I think the idea here is I'm going to sponge this on a little bit, and then I'm going to go over it with my ultra fine mist water bottle from Hoppy Sloppy, and then splotch it with a baby wipe, I guess. So I was going to try maybe a little bit of this blue and a little bit of the green to see if I could meet somewheres in the middle and get like a blue-green. That was hilarious. I'm so funny. Because, you know, blue and green and blue-green. I think this is like a Lucky Clover. Lucky Clover and Blueprint Sketch. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, really, the only place I can do it is here. I mean, I can try to do it on the waves, but ooh, I don't think that's going to look good. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm going to mix up some of this paint together and just see how it looks together. I've had this stuff forever. I bought it because it was on clearance at Hoppy Sloppy once. I know I call it Hoppy Sloppy. I'm hilarious. And that's the only reason why I bought it, because, yeah, most of the time I don't buy Tim Holtz stuff or any of that unless it's on sale, because it's just stinking expensive. And I'm cheap. Oh, yeah, I thought about using this little thingy and painting it, and then this little heart, because it's so freaking cute. And I just got it in my Happy Mail from Linda Hansen. And I was going to try to use it. See, I was just thinking of doing this and then spraying it with water. I don't really know that it's going to do anything though, other than just look stupid. See, now I just feel like I'm completely screwing this all up. I don't care if I feel like I need to get, you know, a decent amount on there, or spraying water on it's not going to do any good. Okay. All right. There, I sprayed it with water. Now it's just going to sit there. It's not doing nothing. And why does that water smell freaking mildewy again? Because I just changed it out. So freaking irritating. That's why I need to go back to putting a smidge of alcohol in with my water, because it stops that. And it's so stupid. Because we have like water softener with filtered water, and it's supposed to take all that crap out of your water, I thought, that like caused, I mean, it should be taking the majority of like the minerals and stuff out, which are, I assume, what causes that old water smell, which I'm very sensitive to it. I don't like it at all. It's like, you know, when you put your, well, when I was younger, when you'd put your clothes in the washer and then like forget about them and leave them there for 3 days, you know, and then you'd have to rewash them because they smelled terrible. Okay, well, I showed it on video. I sprayed it with water. So I met the criterias. It actually, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I don't really know that it added anything. But that's all right. I'm just trying to make sure that I could have used this as the belt buckle. This may be too much now. Like, I don't know that I need any of this at this point, because I have I have put so much on this at this point that so I still need the word splash. Splash. See, this is taking me, and you came into this after I already had started this the other day. See how long it takes me to get one thing done? I mean, other people can sit here and make like 6 journals in the amount of time that it's taking me to make a stupid tag. It's redunculous. Where do I want the word splash? I actually kind of think that blue-green on there turned out kind of cool. What do I have, water on her tail? I do. I was like, what's that spritz of stuff? It's water. I thought originally about putting it on the tail, the word splash. Maybe I'll just go right on ahead and do that. Now, my penmanship is not bueno. S-P-L-A. It's going to be a stretch. Here we go. Just do it, Kimmy. And it's going to have trouble writing on those little holographic lines, of course. It's okay. I'll go back over it. Watch me spell it wrong. I always thought that would be hilarious, because there are times, like when I'm doing something like this, I'm concentrating so hard on spacing, like getting it to fit, that then I would spell like a super simple word wrong. Okay, see, that didn't turn out too terrible. I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to go over it again, because, yeah, it's the first, this is the only thing so far I found that the Posca paint pen actually has a little bit of trouble with, and it's those. And then I still want to go over it with glitter glue, but that's going to be the very last thing that I do, because as I stated previously, is this dry yet? It's actually still a little wet. I obviously got a lot on there. As I stated previously, I am a hot mess with glitter glue. Anywhere near me, I will smudge the bagoozles out of it. So basically all I'm trying to do is just darken this up so that you can actually see it. I bet my fuzzy head's in the way again. It sure is. So sorry. Nobody wants to look at my fuzzy head. It's home from work, hair goes up time. Actually blue dried it today. I blue dried my hair, guys. And once the weather gets warmer, I stop blow drying my hair because it's a pain in the butt. And I think we've established that I'm lazy. And most of the time, especially if I've recently within the last couple of months actually got my hair cut, because I always get it thinned and layered, and I can let it air dry and it actually looks pretty good. So basically what I do is I wash it and I twist it and put it in a low bun on the back of my neck, and then I go to work and I'm recording. How may I help you? Okay, I'll be there momentarily. Uno momento. I'm back. Had to take a break with the hubby. Give the dog some treats. Get me a treat. Little almond joys. When I want something just a little bit sweet, I grab me a couple of them. Okay. Now, what was I gonna do? Okay, I got all my prompts. Now it's time for the glitter glue. Because, you know, I just can't help myself. I'm going to set this here glue stick back up. That way I can knock it over again. So, I'm just going to do... I just want to do the caps of the little waves. And some glitter glue here. What I probably should have done was inked the edges of the waves to better define the pieces, but that's all right. There we go. Me like splash. Week 18. So now I got to work on week 19, and I haven't even looked at those prompts yet. And I didn't end up using that at all. I don't think I could possibly add anything else. Well, I probably could. Now I still want to try to do the Take 5 art for May, which is on my sheet. And then I think the other thing I was starting to say earlier is I'm starting to try, which I've already failed because I didn't do an entry for yesterday, but I really want to get better at doing some kind of like journaling every day. Oh, this is not gonna work. Yeah. So I wrote some stuff on Sunday in my traveler's notebook. See, I told you. I told you I was going to put my finger in it, and I did. Now it's all screwed up. Okay, I've got to put this away. I've got to get it away, as far away from me as I possibly can. I'm not going to touch the rest of that. I'm going to leave it. Oh my gosh. Okay, sit over here and be good. And I still didn't name her yet. So if any of you have any suggestions in the comments about what I should name my quirky little mess of a mermaid, please do not hesitate to let me know. And since I'm just being a mess, hello kitty. Hello kitty. Meow. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this over here and see if I can get yesterday's page done, or Sunday's. Because I already painted in the background, and I bought this, like, must have been like a planner kit or something at Tuesday morning, but I just liked the pages because they were all vintage looking. So I thought that I could cut parts of these out and use them. This is what I was going to do. I was going to write about my eye, because I screwed my eye up on Sunday. So I pulled this really cool layout out of an art journaling magazine because it's got a cool eye and I like it. So I was going to glue this down. I really just want to rip that off. That's kind of pretty looking, so I'll keep that too. And really kind of what I wanted to do is just keep part of this, and of course that is not the same color of yellow at all. Wonder if I can address that issue. Well, let me bring my paints back over here. You just stay over there, mermaid. The temptation to smear more glitter glue is strong with this one. See, I'm not even going to clean off my table yet. I'm just going to leave it all right. I'm going to go ahead and put this glitter glue away though. I'm just going to clean it later. I'm going to have to clean it at some point or it's going to drive me nuts. But I was thinking what I could do is I could cut bits out of these. So I could cut like the square out that says Sunday, even though it's tiny. But anything that I specifically did, you know, or like a to-do list or whatever could go in this little block, and then I can incorporate these little planner bits. And I also thought sometimes I could use some of these maybe as tip-ins or something. But I'm also a member of the Fobonichi Journalers group on Facebook, and I love the whole idea of, I love watching Liz's planner videos, Liz Drake, because I want to I want to so bad like actually keep up with I mean, I tried the happy planner thing and it was not for me because I just can't keep up with it. I don't do well with it. And so I thought, you know, even if I just do something where like this was just colored pencil, I took a stencil, glued on some stuff out of I'm trying to use up my junk jar, my junk boxes, because it's well beyond a jar, let's be honest. And it's not junk either. I mean, most of it's like, you know, ephemera and stuff, but anyway, the point is, so I got those out and I was just trying to kind of just real simply, you know, do some stuff. That way I could do some writing. So I do not want to lose that bit over here. There we go, because I really like it. Okay. So I could also put the date down here as well. And then I pulled out some of this kind of stuff. A little bit of the dictionary page we got going on here. And a little bit of that. And then I thought maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because I love these colors. So I was going to incorporate some of that. And we're just throwing some crap in here. Ooh, see, I like both sides of that. Which side should I use? I think that could look pretty cool across the bottom. I don't know. I like both sides, but I think this one's going to be the wiener. I think that one's going to be the wiener. Okay. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and just, where are my scissors? Here they is. I'm going to go ahead and just cut the rest of this out here. Make it a little bit smaller so that I can still see this stuff. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is make this simple enough so that I will actually, and I'm just going to leave the color the way it is. I am not going to, because most of it's covered up anyway, and it coordinates. Okay, so I've got this how I want it. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to purge it down. I could glue it. I could. Let's try. I usually don't have much luck with glue stick other than knocking it over. But I want it to work for me. I want to be able to use, like, you know, glue stick instead of constantly using things like a Mod Podge that are wet and then I have to wait for them to dry. Because that's a drag. And, you know, this paper is not the best for putting down a bunch of wet media anyway. Medias. So, you know, once I get it all sopping wet, and I could just let that stick out because this, I don't know how well it's going to stay down with glue stick. Probably not very well because it's thick paper. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I got this. Oh, my son. He is just insane when it comes to that video. Uh-oh. My husband's going to go in there and rip him one. I can hear it coming now. Well, he is being kind of loud. My husband can sit there and play his video game and not make near as much noise. Actually, he doesn't make any noise. He just sits there and plays. So, yep. Yeah, maybe not. Do I want to layer that like that? Yes, I do. I think he just went up. My husband just went upstairs. He's probably just irritated at this point. Because he's trying to relax. Okay, so this was Sunday. Now, the only thing that I didn't think through very well is I really didn't leave myself much space to write, which really is in some ways okay because I think a lot of times it's overwhelming when you have all this space to write and then you don't know what all to write about. However, in this case, I did have quite a bit to write about. So my options are to do a tip in. And this was $5.5. I picked up these stamps because I had a coupon, or they were on sale. I think they were on sale because all the stamp stuff was on sale. So I am going to have to, so this is 50, and then I'm going to have to put the 5 on the, I'm going to have to put the 5 on the back end. And then try to actually line it up, which will be fun. that one off so that I don't re-ink that. What do we have at the door? We have a daughter at the door. Hello, daughter. Are you ready for bed? Awesome. It's not terrible. Good night. Did you brush your teeth?
Are you making a video?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good.
Did you brush your teeth?
Can I say hi?
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yep.
Did you brush your hair?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I get a drink of water in the fountain in the bathroom?
Yes.
I like to do that now.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Okay, bye.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Night.
Love you. Excuse me, mom duty. Whoops. Oh, and I still can't figure out how to flip these things the correct way. So Sunday was the 5th. So we went to a Walmart that day. We went to Walmart. And we rested. I don't even remember what I did for dinner that day. What did we do for dinner that day? Did we have sandwiches? Oh, we had sandwiches on Sunday night. Yeah, so I don't mind writing over the top of some of this. So I could just start right here and do my journaling. So I basically just want to say that I did something to my eye. And I might like go over this with some red just to kind of show, you know, like eye pain. I don't know. Yeah. So, I got up Sunday morning, and within 5 minutes had something terribly painful in my eye. I think I got something in it. This is boring, I know, right? Something in it. And then scratched my eyeball, getting it out. What a painful experience. There. That's all I have to say. I don't have to every day write some detailed feelings. Yeah. So I was thinking I might just put a little bit of red on that just to show like my eye hurt. And then I had posted pictures of this, and I don't know, maybe I'm being too anal, but I don't even know if you've seen my daughter or not. But I try to protect my child on the internet, especially since she's on the spectrum, and I just want to make sure that I'm extra cautious because whereas I know and understand the danger that could become of her because of predators or whatever, you know, she may not understand it as well, and I don't think that she does, because we've had these conversations over and over again about the people she, you know, thinks are her friends on online games, and we've had to have ongoing discussions, but I did want to show, anyway, that's the reason why I'm covering up her face. So I really wish that I could show you this picture because I love the look on her face, and that's why I used it. And I did post pictures of this in a couple of the groups that I'm in. And I will say I have no rhyme or reason as to what groups I post things to. I am too lazy to post to every single group I am a member of, and I'm a member of a lot. And so I try to either post to a couple where I think it makes sense, like that people want to see the stuff in that group. And there's some groups that are a little more specialized to other things like ATCs or art journaling or, you know, whatever, junk journaling. And so sometimes, you know, I won't share to those groups. But anyway, the point is, I don't know if the picture really turned out all that well that I had posted, but the little pink kitty cat ears I drew on her head with Posca paint pen because she's got this kitty cat outfit that she has had for a couple of years that she has worn out, and I can't get her to stop wearing it. And as a mother to a child with quote unquote special needs, I have to say that it has taken me a while, but I have learned to choose my battles. And if her clothes are clean, you know, and they don't have anything inappropriate on them, which I wouldn't buy for her anyway, then why not let her wear her kitty cat outfit that, you know, the shirt's got little kitty whiskers and eyes and ears on it. And then the pants have little kitty whiskers and noses on the knees, you know, and she loves it. And I don't care, because if she loves it and it makes her happy, then that's what matters. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. So the other little 13-year-old girls at her school that are probably wearing makeup and shaving their legs and, you know, my kid's wearing a pink kitty cat outfit with black kitty cat pants. I don't care. So anyway, my point is, this was the layout that I did, and it was kind of supposed to be in, you know, dedicated to her because of Autism Awareness Month last month. And I basically just kind of picked out I painted the background in places and stenciled with some of her favorite colors. And I found this quote from Taylor Swift in a magazine that says, "If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more." And I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan by any means, but I thought that quote was incredible. And I think it goes for all of us, adults, children, whoever. It's true. So if they don't like you for being yourself, then be yourself even more. Don't even care. Be free, like this sticker says, which I thought was cute. The yellow one up there in the corner says "Never give up." Not in the corner. And then I cut out a little puzzle piece that's got a heart in it because that is one of the little, you know, symbolisms of autism awareness. While I don't necessarily and specifically completely subscribe to everything that autism speaks, dishes out at people, I do, you know, I thought the puzzle piece was cute. So I've got a little holographic unicorn sticker here, a little ice cream, a little holographic star, puffy little flower. This says mermaid at heart. She loves mermaids too. She loves watermelon. I need to fix that. That came off. This had dried a day, and then I had turned the page to work on my next thing, and it stuck together. So I've got part of that. I screwed it all up. That's okay. A little rainbow here. I took a heart here and put it in the middle of this little side silhouette of a head that I cut out of Daphne's diary. A little, I don't know, I'll call it a little firefly. She loves ice cream. Got that out of Daphne's diary. Dream big. Looks like a little eclair with a strawberry and some sparkly whipped cream on it. So it's just, and this says beautiful down here. So it's basically just kind of supposed to be, you know, a page that represents her and what she loves, some of the things that she loves, and that she's, you know, a child at heart. And she's probably always going to be a child at heart. And that's okay, because I'm a child at heart. So what it says is, you will go far and do great things, my dear. Don't ever let them tell you that you're not good enough. That's something that I want her to remember as she gets older. So I just wanted to share that while I was sitting here with my journal. But I feel like I did a really good quick page for Sunday. So I've got 2 days down and I'm 2 days behind. Like yesterday, I didn't really do much, but I could write about how tired and crappy I felt. So maybe I could just do a Monday and a Tuesday on the same page. I'm not going to bore you with that, but it's something that I'm working on. It's going to be hard for me no matter what. So I still think that maybe if I don't try to pressure myself to do something every day. By the way, silicone freaking brushes are amazing. Hobby Lobby has them. When their Masters Touch and Fine Touch stuff is on sale 50% off, go get some of these for your glue. They will save your paintbrushes, because you know me, my paintbrushes are always dirty. And of course I've seen people using these for a while now, and I thought I was going to have to order some, and then I saw that Hobby Lobby had them the other day when I was there. So I got 1 inch and 1.5 inches, and I think they have one size bigger, and they may have another smaller one. I thought I got 3. Maybe I just got 2. I'll see another one in here. So anyway, I actually really like using this with matte gel and with like Mod Podge, especially with the matte gel, because when you're putting it down, this point here, or this edge here, allows you to scrape a thinner layer and get it smoothed out more evenly, with less effort, I guess, than a brush would. But look, I didn't knock the glue stick over. So yeah, I don't always get down here every day. I don't know, I may need to, at least come back to this and say, hey, even though the idea is to journal something every day, right? I may not be able to, that may not be feasible for me. So I still think that, kind of like what I was trying to do before, where I would just journal something once in a while, which I was doing, but I still wasn't doing as often as I wanted to. So if I could just kind of meet in the middle and do it a little more often, I think that's what I would like to do. There's just so much I want to do. I want to make more ATCs and embellishments and things to share with people, and I want to do more art journaling, like pure, art journaling that's not necessarily memory keeping by any means. And I want to do more journaling, and I want to there's all kinds of, I want to do more painting. There's so many things that I want to do, and working full-time and having a family at home, it makes it so hard to try to tackle all the things that I want to do. And sometimes it's discouraging, because I see so many of my crafty friends that have so much time to do all these things, and sometimes I get kind of jealous and wish that I had, all that time. And there's other things that I enjoy doing as well. I still like to game a little bit, so sometimes I don't really get on the game at all, and then other times I feel like just getting on there and running around and picking flowers and doing some crafting stuff in game, which is completely different than what crafting is outside of the game, but that's besides the point. Yeah, so that's tonight. That's it. So now that I had to go, dang it, I showed the picture and I didn't mean to. Now that I had to go take a break and step away and come back, I'm going to have to edit this video before I can post it. But I like this set. There it went, number 2. Number 2. I do like this size, the Traveler's Notebook size. I'm running out of pages in this one. But I don't know. I know a lot of people in the, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, they're coming out because I've put too much in here. This is just, I think this was stapled. Yeah, it's not meant to get thick. I need to have inserts that are sewn, I guess, that are stitched in. So this is how I fixed the one thing that was coming out, is I just put some pretty ribbon in here to hold it in, but now I've got other stuff coming out. So I think I want to toy around with the idea of just making some of my own little journals to use. This is disappointing. I know some of the people in the Fobonichi group they like make a journal for each month, and I don't know if I can be quite that dedicated to actually do it, although it would be fun because, you know, I could take I still like the idea of me having one journal like at a time or whatever that I use for, you know, art journal, glue book, memory keeping, kind of all mixed together. It doesn't bother me if it's all in one book. I know that some people have, you know, an art journal and like a Fobonichi or planner or a daily journal, and then, you know, they've got different journals for everything. And I don't know, I kind of like the idea of opening one book and, you know, doing something on the page, whatever it is that I feel like doing that day. So if I want to write some things down that I want to look back on and remember, or want, you know, somebody else to see later on, fine. If I want to practice a technique or whatever, fine. If I want to pretend like I can paint a picture, fine. But I just haven't decided completely yet, I guess. So I've still got a lot of blank pages in this book. And then I've got other books as well. I've bought some mixed media books, which I love the paper in them. So was this for a Take 5 art, or was this for something else? I don't even remember what this was for. It probably would have been beneficial. I think this was for a Take 5 art, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It might have been April's. Because was this February's or March's? This was a Take 5 art that I did in here that I followed along with. This was March. So maybe this was April Take 5 art. Maybe. And then I've still got May to do. I like playing along with those girls. I just like playing along anytime I have the time and can catch some prompts. And I'm real bad about going back and watching recorded live streams, because I feel like, you know, because there's a lot of live streams that get on and they do like the pick sticks and the prompts and stuff, but if I don't catch them live, most of the time I don't go back and do them. I don't know why. I'm just bad about that. I do better if I have them like written down on a piece of paper and I can kind of work on it at my own pace and do it for 5 minutes and then walk away, and then come back the next day and do it for 10 minutes and then walk away and that kind of thing. But anyway, I have gone on long enough. I will oh, there went some paint. Ugh. I will also share with you some of the envelopes that I have decorated lately, mainly using brush off paint, but I did some distress oxides on this, and I really through a stencil. So I inked them on first and then sprayed them with water, so I kind of got the bleed. I like how that one turned out. And then this was a jelly print, and then I did some other jelly print leftovers on top of it in the green, and then a stencil. This was like some orange and orangey red teal paint. Orangey red paint. This is like my Malibu sunset. I mean, some of these I'll probably go back over and do some stencil or something on. I had done some yellow tones on this one and went over with a stencil. This was just some leftover paint from something I was working on, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I just painted it on an envelope. So that's pretty much what I do with my envelopes now. So these are all, most of these are ready to go for RAKs and Happy Mail when I'm ready to get some more stuff out. So, and this was stencil wipe off too. So I pretty much just leave these up here right above me, and if I've got extra paint, I will just grab one. So this is like they're what I'm using for my brush off right now. That way I've got something started on them, and yeah, yay. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get off here now, because I've literally been yakking for probably almost 2 hours, and I'm sure that if you're even still watching, you're real tired of listening. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me while I made some messes and did some ridiculous stuff. And yeah, have a good, yeah, I'm just putting my sponge in the water so that the paint doesn't dry, and it's probably already too late because I bet it already dried. I'm trying to be real good about preserving my little wedges and throwing them in water, as dirty as that water is. I'm trying to be better about soaking them until, oh, I knocked it over again. That's number 3. Until I can go to rinse them out. So I'll probably do that tonight since that water's so nasty. I'll go rinse it out. Oh, did I throw this in paint? I sure did. Awesome. Let's just finish this up right here. I don't know why, but we're just going to go ahead and just get the rest of the paint off of there. Why not? Because that's what I do. There we go. Good. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.